I'm Little Ed.
I'm Dr. John.
And here we are with another episode
of Enuff Already.
That's right. Tonight we're going to talk about our favorite president.
We're going to talk about everything, Ed.
Yeah, well, it's been
Melvin.
This is our first show since President Trump's been re-sworn in and the leader of the free world. So we're going to have some fun with this. And
this is for you, Melvin. New one for you, Melvin, because you were complaining.
Metal guy, though, so I'm gonna like it.
All right.
I'm sure Melvin's probably banging his head somewhere down there in the warm weather. Well, there really ain't no warm weather at the moment.
Well, Ed, it's finally here.
Yes, thank God. It's been a long 4 years.
Oh, my God. It has been a long 4 years.
I mean, this is the third time we've had to elect President Trump. I'm not even going to go into the fact that the last election was stolen, but it was. But, I mean, we're basically kicking Democrats'
We're past
ass.
that now, though, because he's back.
Right.
And that doesn't matter.
He's back with a vengeance.
And you know what's I find comical about it, and you people think about this, if they would have just let him win the last election, he wouldn't have had the House and the Senate. They could have tied him up forever with stuff.
2 more impeachments, probably.
More impeachments, done all kinds of crazy stuff, and not let Trump do anything. But fortunately, he didn't win, and I'm glad now because
I mean, it's definitely worked out to our benefit.
He's got the House and the Senate,
Supreme Court, and the
presidency.
That's a mandate for you liberals out there. That is a mandate.
I think some heads are going to roll. Don't you think?
Well, I think they already are. I mean, you look at some of these executive orders that he's got. You know, like John Bolton, he's no longer got any kind of security clearance, so he's basically out on his.
Bolton's out.
When he should be. Then they should get everybody that's on that Hunter laptop things claiming it was Russian disinformation, and every one of them.
Oh, that's most definitely they're going to do something with that.
Absolutely.
But I don't think they're going to attack that right away because there's so many things that he's got to straighten out.
Right.
And then as they get the things straightened out, the Biden administration did.
Well, he's still working on it. I think he's up to 200 executive orders signed. I don't know if anybody's noticed the difference between President Trump and Joe Biden. When Joe Biden was doing these executive orders on day 1 and day 2, he was doing it
in a closet.
In a closet somewhere. Yeah, we're not even sure if he signed it. They were just rubber stamping stuff. Where President Trump's doing these one at a time in front of a camera, and the guy, he was like, "What's this one about?" And the guy says, "Well, sir, this is about this."
That's transparency. And
then he takes it over. He knows everything there is to know about that executive order. He knows why he's signing it, you know, and who it's going to affect. And he tells the press right there. Today, I was telling you what was funny. The press secretary came out and said that right to the press corps, she goes, "You guys will not be hearing from me today. You'll be hearing directly from the leader of the free world." And Trump came out and did his own press.
Yeah, and Sleepy Joe couldn't do that.
Oh, hell no, dude! Trump was close to 20 hours straight yesterday. He was at his third ball at 11:30 last night and did a 35-minute speech.
If you're not happy that Trump's in there, then there's something wrong with you because you got to open your eyes up a little bit and just quit hating and start paying attention and watching and get rid of all that freaking prejudice you got in your heart because CNN or these people told you this stuff.
They're lying to you.
They've been lying to you, and this man is. He's out to do a job.
He wants to make America great again.
Exactly.
I have no idea why somebody would think that's a bad thing. You know what I mean? I just don't understand why you would not want your country to be great.
I don't either.
I don't understand the people at all. You know, they call me a maggot. You know,
whatever.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. You know, I'm not calling them names because I'm on the winning side here.
It serves no purpose to call them names. That's just a bait. They want to bait you into that perspective. Right. And I get so many arguments with people, even on Facebook and stuff. And when they realize that they're losing, they start calling me names.
Right. Exactly.
And then when I won't call them names, and I make them look stupid, then they get more pissed off at me. And they're like, "This guy's winning because he won't stoop to my level of stupidity."
That's about it too. You know, you won't get to the grade school playground games. You know what I mean?
And that's how you handle them.
Right.
You don't sling mud back at them and call them names. You're just like, well, you know, I thought you were educated.
Let's talk about a few of these things he's done, like pardon the J6 people. Enrique Torrio, welcome home.
Yes.
I'm glad you're out.
Welcome home, Enrique.
Yeah, you should have never been in there to begin with. Stuart Rhodes, glad you're out. Glad you're home with your family.
I don't think this J6 thing's done yet because, for one, you have a right to a speedy trial.
Well, some of them guys have never been to trial.
So to imprison somebody for 4 years and never take them to trial,
They're going to get paid.
well, there's something wrong with that. And even if they did do something wrong, the fact that they didn't take them to trial is going to get them off in my mind, because they should have been at least tried,
Right,
not
exactly
just
right.
held in prison for 4 years and say, we're
Some
just
of
going
them
to
were held
prison you because we want to.
Some of them were even put in solitary confinement.
Well, it's
John.
ridiculous
I mean,
that this happened.
Right. It's just, it's torture.
How
Cruel and unusual punishment.
how does that fit into our laws? I mean, that's completely wrong.
Oh, it's in Washington, D.C. We've discussed these
Yeah,
guys.
and that's its own country.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope you people understand that.
But, yeah, I'm glad the J6ers are out. I'm glad Enrique's back out. I'm glad Stuart Rhodes is out. He's one of the founding members of the Oath Keepers. Stuart Rhodes is. And I personally, I've been around a lot of the Proud Boys, and it's just basically a right-wing drinking club. You know what I mean? They're good people. They're all great people, and I've never met one of them I didn't like. You know what I mean? They're always kind to you. They're nice people. They're cool people. Protective. If you're in an environment where they think they need to protect you, they will. They will watch your back. I've had them follow me around events just to make sure nobody beat me up. You know what I mean? Because they're good people. They really are. And I'm glad that, I know it's not over yet. I know there's a lot more that's going to happen with this stuff, but the fact that these people are no longer incarcerated, illegally incarcerated.
They were illegally incarcerated when you're in prison for 4 years and never tried. I don't know if you people understand that or understand the magnitude of what happened there, but that's completely wrong.
I made a post today, John, that I was thanking President Trump for letting these people out of jail, and then I said, for all you liberals out there, I'd be happy if you let all the people out of jail that were incarcerated from the Black Lives Matter Antifa riots. Oh wait, but there wasn't any. Right. So these guys burnt down city blocks. These guys murdered police officers. They burnt down police stations.
Meanwhile, the Democratic Party was telling them to do that.
And bailing them out. Kamala Harris was raising money to bail them out of jail when they were arrested.
Yeah. Your Democratic Party is not what it used to be. And
No.
And you good people out there that are still backing these Democrats because that's what you think you're supposed to do. My dad did, and my dad did, and we was in the union, and we did.
Right.
Take a look at it, because it ain't what you think it is anymore.
Right. It's been hijacked.
It's the Democratic Communist Party.
He also pulled us out of the Paris Accord again.
Yeah, got out of that Paris Accord. Thank God.
That's just a ripoff.
Pull us out of the World Health Organization.
Well,
that's big.
Well, look how close they came to basically dictating all of our emergency. They would have had us if Kamala Harris was elected. Thank God she wasn't. The WHO would have control of this country. They would have us all in masks and lockdowns by now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and we don't need that. We don't need some foreign entity coming in and telling us what to do.
And I was thinking about Trump renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and Mount Denali, which Obama rather named Mount McKinley, to change the name of that. I think there's a little method behind his madness on that, because Joe Biden signed these executive orders that we couldn't drill oil there. We couldn't drill oil in the Gulf of Mexico. So we'll just change the name.
Yeah, we can drill oil in the Gulf of America.
That's right. We can't drill or mine up at Mount Denali. Well, we can at Mount McKinley. I'm telling you, Trump's playing checkers. Trump's playing chess while these guys are playing checkers, and he knows who the players are now, and he knows how to play them. Just look at his cabinet. Now, he's got some heavy hitters in there. He's got Pam Bondi. She's a pit bull.
Yeah, I was watching her in some of the hearings.
I can't wait to see her just,
she tore Adam Schiff apart.
She sure did. Well, that's not hard to do, though. But still.
He's an imbecile.
Well, he steps in he puts his own foot in his own mouth because he's retarded. He's just, I don't even know why or how California could have elected him. After what he's been censured, basically kicked out of Congress, proven liar, multiple times proven liar. You know what I mean? So and it's Dianne Feinstein's old seat that they elected him in.
Yeah.
So he went from representing like 700,000 people to 7 million people.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how the hell that happened even. I don't get it. But,
I do.
Corruption. Stole it.
It's who count the votes, and it took them like a month and a half to count them in California.
Right. I think
they're slow out there.
I think the majority of Californians are even like, what? How? What? How'd that happen? You know what I mean? But,
it'd be interesting to see, to go to his district and ask him, take a survey and ask people, what do you think of Adam Schiff?
Yeah.
They probably don't even know who he is.
Well, most of that's probably burnt down at this point.
I bet they don't even know who Adam Schiff is. Most
Probably
people
not.
think so. Adam who?
Probably not. Half them people can't even tell you what we won the Revolutionary War.
They can't count change.
Yeah. That's not, I mean, it's sad, but it's true, man. Some of the people in this country are just plumb dumb. You know what I mean? It's like 4th of July. Why do we celebrate the 4th of July? They're on California beaches, and them people are clueless. They have no idea. Or who won the Spanish-American War? Well, hello.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just crazy how these people.
They don't know anything about our
My
country.
favorite one lately was what country's the Panama Canal? They don't know, dude. They're like, well, Europe.
Yeah. They don't know.
Crazy. I mean, I don't know, man. Some people in this country just have a lot of issues.
They could tell you what Taylor Swift had for breakfast, though.
Oh, absolutely. And they could sing every one of her songs by heart.
Yeah.
And another executive order that I'm kind of fond of is the United States government now only recognizes 2 genders. That's it. So, before 2020.
Yeah, because this gender thing has gotten way out of hand. You're non-binary, and you're this, and you're that, and you're going to be a they, them, or he, her, or whatever.
Right.
It's your fantasy, or it's your whatever delusion. You can live it, and you got every right to do it. I don't care, but you don't have the right to make me succumb to it. Okay? Right. And I'm not going to. And I don't care if that's what you want to do. See, you got to understand, I'm perfectly happy if that's how you want to act. But don't get pissed off if I call you a she or a he.
Right.
And you're going to come up and say, no, I'm a they, them. Well, I'm not doing that.
It's ma'am.
I'm not doing it. If I call you ma'am and you get pissed off, well, I'm really sorry. I'm trying to be polite. Don't be pissed off about it.
Yeah, but it's gotten way carried away, and it's being scaled back, which brings me to DEI. Which is getting completely annihilated.
Yeah, that's got to go. But that's got to go.
Right. It has. Well, I was explaining it to a guy. I was like, I don't care what nationality, what color, what kind of sexual preferences my pilot has. I care that he can fly a plane really good. That's what I care about.
Yeah. I don't care what color he is. I don't care what language he speaks. I don't care if he's had his penis sliced in 2 and shoved up inside him.
That's pretty gross.
Yeah. I don't care, but I care that he can fly a jet really good.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
That's all I care about.
That's what's important.
I don't care what he looks like.
Exactly.
I don't need to see him. Her, him, whatever.
Yeah, me either. But and I also like the fact that he's bringing all the military personnel back that was kicked out because they wouldn't take that fucking vaccine crap.
And that was bullshit,
and
too.
Back pay, you know what I mean?
And it should be.
Yep, I agree.
And you want to talk about reparations?
Which is going to make our
all these J6 people deserve some reparations. I'm sure there's people that lost their homes and everything else because the man of the house or whoever made the money got put in jail, that put them in a hardship, they lost their homes, whatever.
There's like 70 Ohioans that's incarcerated.
Well, they just arrested a guy here just down the road here about a month ago.
Right, yep. Well, he's home.
Yeah.
He's out now.
What bullshit is that?
It's just crazy. Well, John.
And Adam Schiff and Nancy Pelosi all carrying on, this is terrible. This is terrible. They're letting these people, and they caused all this violence and destruction and just threaten their lives at the Capitol. I'm going, everybody's over that, Nancy. Everybody knows that that's not the truth.
Well, most of it was instigated by feds that were in the crowd.
I know, but still we know that it's not what they said.
It wasn't what they said.
People all getting killed. They didn't kill police officers.
No.
Ashley Babbitt was the only one killed.
Correct. Exactly right. And the only one that I want tried is the man that shot and killed her for the horrible crime.
That should have never happened.
Of trespassing. I don't know, man. I mean, it's just he's a hero on the left. That guy. I don't even want to say his name.
Put him right over George Floyd.
Yeah. patron saint of
I'm
fentanyl.
ashamed that I even know who that man is.
Well, I don't know. That's a whole nother story. We could do a whole show on that alone. But,
hey, you want to do the rant?
Yeah, let's do the rant. And
all right, it's rant time.
If you,
I didn't bring my computer out.
Right. And if you're breathing and you're not in the fire zone in California, you're going to know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's the cold weather we're dealing with. Oh, my God.
Well, I'm from Ohio. I've been in Ohio all my life. I'm used to this.
I don't know if you can get used to minus
I'm telling you what, when it gets like, tonight I will be. When it gets like 10, 12 below, first thing I do at night is I go in, I strip down, get in my boxers, I run on the patio, and I stand there for 5 minutes, and I breathe in the cold air and just relish in it. I go, oh, this is so wonderful. I do that. My wife says I'm crazy, but I love it. But if you're from Alabama...
Oh, you're freezing. You're cuddled up in a corner in your house.
These people from the South they don't know how to do they?
Some of their houses don't even have furnaces in them. You know, you get further down south, John, they don't even have snow removal. So they get an inch of snow, they shut everything down. We're 20 below, got 6 inches of snow, and guess what? I got to be at work first thing in the day morning.
We just function just fine. You're Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi. I got a friend that just posted shit. They're going, what the hell's going on? And they got all this snow all over the ground. It's coming down. The dogs are out running around in it, and they're like, what's going on?
It's climate change, John. You know, when it's too cold, it's climate change.
It's climate change again.
When it's too warm...
There you go, YouTube. You can flag us again. Climate change.
If it rains too much, John...
But I'll say the problem. It's the condition that's caused by the burning of fossil fuels...
cow farts.
And people in the world that are creating carbon and increasing the levels in the air.
The Chinese.
Well, they don't say anything about Chinese.
Yeah, but they're the ones causing most of it.
But yeah, I see them all down south. Oh my God, they get inches of snow. Everything stops.
Everything.
They can't do nothing. They can't even go to the store and get bread and milk and eggs.
Meanwhile, we're doing 60 mile an hour down the highway like it's nothing.
I seen one video where they had a dumpster on the front of a truck, garbage truck, and he was driving it down the road, and that was the snowplow. They was using the dumpster as a snowplow.
That's insane. That is absolutely insane.
I'm saying, wow.
Yeah. But what else do they got, though? You know, in Montana, they don't even plow the snow. They just let it pile up and pack it down and drive on it, continue to drive on it.
Oh, that'd be miserable.
Could you imagine if you took a guy from Alabama and threw him up in Montana to drive around?
He wouldn't last 10 feet.
Man. They got snow in New Orleans.
It's 0 here tonight.
They got snow in the Panama City, Florida. They got snow there.
Good. They need some of that just to wake them up once in a while.
I don't think they've ever had snow in New Orleans before.
Did they get snow in New Orleans too? Well, this is a major event.
Yep.
And the climatologists are going to be all over us telling how this climate change is. No, it's going the other way now. Now we're going to an ice age. It's not global warming. We're going to be going, I'm calling it now, we're going into an ice age.
That means the whole new ozone layer's closed itself up, right?
Yeah, and we're going to an ice age now instead of warming because nobody wants to believe the warming thing anymore. And now it's going to be an ice age.
Yeah, we're at 3 minutes.
Right.
I hate the cold, though, and as soon as I retire, I'm moving where it's
Hey, you
warm.
people down south, it ain't that bad. Just slow down a little bit, and you'll be fine.
No, they don't even have to go to work, John. They got anything below the Mason-Dixon line, they've been off 2 days now. Oh,
well,
Lord.
then they're probably liking the snow.
Maybe.
All right.
All right, well, let's go back to the Trump thing here. I want to point out that it's day 2, and he's already done more press conferences than Joe Biden did in the last 4 years.
He's already done more work than Joe Biden did in the last 4 years.
And open, you know exactly what he's done. He hasn't, well, I'm not saying he hasn't done anything secretly, because there's some things that the leader of the free world has to do, you know, in secret.
Yeah, but like the executive orders and the stuff he's doing, he's telling everybody what he's doing.
Yeah, you know, well, we knew what he was going to do before we even elected him. That's
why we elected him.
That's why we elected him. But and you know, John, you and I watched the Buckeyes game together last night, which was an awesome game. But what got me is halftime they had President Trump on ESPN address the country.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was like, what the hell's he doing on there?
You'd have never seen that before.
No.
You know, and then you look at all the stars and stuff that were performing at his inaugural balls and people that are supporting him now, like Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg. These people hated him a couple years ago.
I still don't trust Zuckerberg.
Well, I don't either. You know, I heard it this way. You know, Rattlesnakes are a good pet, as long as you keep remembering they're a rattlesnake and they can bite you. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That's how I hear it. That's how I think it was Glenn Beck or something put it that way, but he's absolutely right. But, these guys banned him. You know what I mean? Jeff Bezos basically destroyed Parler, which was a free speech platform, with, you know what I mean, to keep Trump off there because they were pro-Trump. And basically, Rumble was the one that actually come out and said, no, Trump, come to us.
It's interesting to see that the people that ridiculed and were so hardcore against him that are mysteriously coming around to be like a supporter.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know if I want to believe them.
Well, it's a cultural change. That
Or are they
corporations
actually changing their minds?
Corporations and everything are coming around. I think they're changing their mind, John. I think they've realized that the whole DEI and all that.
I'm thinking they're realizing the last 4 years was so freaking bad.
Right.
Because everybody suffered except for the Biden cartel family.
Right. And listen.
And his buddies.
The View was cracking on Carrie Underwood for performing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I honestly think they tried to sabotage that woman because the music started and all of a sudden it went off. And
hey, she sang it anyway.
And then she's singing a cappella, and it was amazing. I think they should have done it a cappella to begin with because she absolutely knocked it out of the ballpark. And it was just totally great. I thought it was better than it would have been with music, to be honest with you. But it was just funny how she was like, no problem.
Yeah, let me wing this one.
Yeah, and it was incredible. And, Carrie Underwood's a pretty good, talented lady anyway. But to be put on the spot like that and to handle it the way she did, and it was remarkable. It was just amazing how she did it. I was pretty impressed with her.
That's why Trump hired her.
I think she actually volunteered. But it's cool. It's cool. But, there's a few other ones I want to talk about real quick, like ending birthright citizenship. I think that's great. There's no other country on the planet where you can go visiting. Like, let's say you and I decided to go to Panama with our wives, and one of our wives is pregnant. She had a baby in Panama. That baby's still an American. It's not a Panamanian. This is the only country
if you're
that does
not a
that.
citizen of this country and you have a baby in this country, your baby shouldn't be a baby of this country. It should be a baby of whatever citizen you are.
And Trump's made it with executive order where if you're here on a visa, if you're here illegally.
There'd be plenty of people over in Europe and everywhere all over the world that had babies here while they were pregnant, and they would be citizens living elsewhere, and those people aren't citizens.
Right.
They didn't claim citizenship. They went back to where they were.
Well, look at all our military personnel who have babies overseas in South Korea and all that stuff, and they're still American babies.
Yeah.
But like Trump said, we're the only country that does that, and it's stupid when we got to get away with it.
But you can't do that.
We got to get away from the chain migration too. So like if you got an alien who manages to get citizenship, we're not going to bring his second cousins and everybody else in just because he's here. You know what I mean? And that chain migration.
Well, they want to file the paperwork and go through stuff. Sure, we can.
Right. Well, they're getting in simply because they're related to the guy that got in.
No.
Yeah, that's chain migration, and I don't like it. I don't agree with it, and I think it should be done away with, to be quite honest with you. But
Look at that. See, you go through your sticky notes.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of preborn, John?
What?
Preborn?
I have not. Tell us what that is,
Preborn
Ed.
is an organization that gives free ultrasounds to pregnant women and saves babies. They save 200 babies a day just by giving free. You could go to preborn.com and donate.
Is there like women are having trouble or something?
No, just women that are thinking about aborting their children. And they kind of give them an opportunity to introduce themselves to that child before they kill it. And that's why they save 73,000 babies a year.
Okay.
Which 200 a day, and I don't really remember the price range around it, but I think like $5 or something like that will pay for an ultrasound, and you could go to preborn.com and donate to that stuff, and maybe we could save 90,000 babies next year.
That'd be cool.
So it's cooler because they don't pay.
I was really close to being an aborted baby being adopted.
Right. You were adopted, weren't you?
Yeah.
And that's preborn ain't paying me to say that or anything. It's just I'm completely pro-life, and it's an organization that I kind of believe in. I honestly believe that they're doing one of the best things that can be done.
I think that's a great thing.
But and I was looking up the numbers of everything today, and I've mentioned pre-board before on past shows, but I kind of got away from it. And I want to get back to it and see if if you can go to preboard.com, it's tax deductible. If you want to donate $15, great. You want to donate 15,000, great. You know what I mean? But we got to save the babies. We got to save these American babies.
Is that your last sticky note?
That is my last sticky note.
So now I want to talk to these Democrats.
Oh,
they're friends of ours.
Oh, friends of ours.
Yeah. Like we ran into a friend of ours last night, and he wanted to start spouting off, well, he's a felon. Oh, he did this. Oh.
They're all talking points.
Okay, whatever you want to think, but you need to get off of the CNN, you need to get off of the freaking CBS, you need to get off of the CNBC, because you need to get away from Rachel Maddow, all these freaking talking cows.
One thing they have in common is they can't tell you any particulars about anything they're saying. You know what I mean? They just
and just shut up.
Right. Do some homework.
Do some homework and start looking and seeing what, and start investigating what he's actually doing. And don't be taking some hearsay like the guy said, oh, Trump banned electric cars. He didn't ban freaking electric cars. What did he say?
It was mandated that we were going to have to buy electric cars.
He's letting it be, we can buy any car we want.
He saved our auto industry basically by saying, no, we're not going to mandate that. And not only that, he's all about fuel. He's all about oil. So he definitely wants a combustible engine. That's going to be that's the liquid gold under our feet that he keeps preaching
about. And I hate to tell you, Ed, but if they wanted to make a car, if they wanted to make my truck out there that gets 9 miles a gallon or 10 miles a gallon, they wanted to make that thing get 60 or 70 miles a gallon, it would be no problem. They got technology to do that.
Yeah, I totally agree. Cars have been gotten 35, 40 miles a gallon all my life.
Because I could tell you, they got this model car, and everybody makes this size car, and everybody's car gets 24 miles a gallon. They make this size car, and everybody's cars get 30-some miles a gallon. They make this size truck, everybody's truck gets 10 miles a gallon. They make that. How is it that everybody gets the same damn mileage?
Right, exactly.
That's not on accident.
No, it's not. No, it is not.
And
John, you might not know this, but we actually had electric cars before we had the gas combustion.
Oh, yeah, I do know that. I've done some research.
If we wanted electric cars, we'd have electric cars. But
then they found oil.
Right. And then we went away from the gold standard to the petrodollar, so we needed cars on the road to pay for that. And we are the most driving country on the whole planet.
But you people claiming to be Democrats or whatever you're claiming, but you're just Trump haters.
Libertarians, whatever.
Start looking into what he's doing. Just do a little research on your own and look at the things he's doing and tell me how they're wrong. Because you can't argue with what's going on.
Exactly right. And for those of you that hate Trump, he's going to be a good president for you too. Whether you hate him or not.
He's not going to hate on you.
He's going to do good things for you too. So just hang on and enjoy the next 2 years, because it's going to go like wildfire. These next 2 years are going to be the most life-changing moments in all of our lives, I believe.
I believe so too.
And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the golden age in America.
I'm hoping we have a golden age.
Same here. Well, anyway, I guess we're going to call it a night here.
All right.
I don't know. This should be interesting.
I was a little tired tonight, so I wasn't quite on my game.
We were up late last night watching the football game.
Yeah, and I had to work today.
Might have drank a little bit too much.
I don't know about all that, but
I did.
So,
I still drunk.
Anyhow, I'm Dr. John.
I'm Little Ed.
It's enough already. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. We're going to have some new guests coming in shortly.
Yeah, it should be good.
Remember, Melvin, we made a song for you.